This video is the answer to the critical evaluation question of how does your product use or challenge conventions and how it represents social groups or issues. We tried to incorporate as many thriller conventions as possible to ensure that if a viewer was to see our opening, they would immediately identify it as a thriller. Here, in the first shot, we have a bird's eye view with eerie music, so that you can immediately identify this as a thriller, as eerie music here is a convention of thriller. And this is to increase a little, add some tension to it already from the start. In the shots leading up to her walking to the door, we have a close-up of her face as she gets out of the car. This is so that the audience can have a connection to our character, and so that they can see the emotions of her face. And the tracking shot of her walking towards the car, we've done this so that the audience have no extra information that our character doesn't have. And we've done this so that they're in the dark, and so that they see this as a ordinary interaction, and so that we as the creators of this have had more ways of going. We had. And the tracking shot leading to the house, so that we've done this so that there's no added information the audience has that the character doesn't have. We've done this to keep them in the dark, so that we can increase tension and suspense. And the subtle sound effects of her walking on the gravel and knocking on the door, this is done to add verisimilitude to our piece. So that the audience feel included and part of our world on the screen. Here we had on the shot with the boy that when he appears, we have the music spike a bit. This is a convention to let the audience know subconsciously or subtly that he is either a bad guy or our antagonist in this story. And the lingering on the door, we've done this to create a little bit of unease, just to show that in this regular day-to-day transaction, there's something wrong with it.
I'm going to charge him and top drawer upstairs. You'll grab it.
Yeah.
In the shot of the stairs, there was a slight tilt. We've done this so that it also creates a slight feeling of unease, as the door did. And our color grading in throughout our opening has been gritty, and this is a convention of thriller films, and we've tried to keep to this convention of gritty colors. Here we have an increase in the pace of the cuts. We've done this to emphasize the importance of what's about to happen, and also to create intrigue and tension in this scene. Also, the music slowly dies down and then gets loud and spikes again the second she realizes that what she's got in her hand is a knife. We've done this to emphasize the importance of the knife. And we've also chosen the knife as our McGriff object, and we chose to have a McGriff object because it's a convention of thriller, and so that now this knife is the focal point of our opening. Here we have a low shot, and this shows that our character is now vulnerable and she has a lack of power in this situation. The reason we chose a knife also is because this tackles a social issue in the United Kingdom, where we have a lot of knife crimes that have been happening recently, and we wanted to tackle and make this issue, aware. And this also ties into abusive relationships, how common they can be. And this is also a convention of thriller, with a girl having a psycho boyfriend or a relationship where one person in the relationship is a person with a mental disability or someone who's so-called psycho. And eerie music once again to show the importance of the knife. In the next shots here, we have a little bit more fast-paced editing than what we saw at the start. This is like to increase the stress level, to show what she's feeling on the screen and almost make the audience feel the same thing. This also increases the impact of the knife and the impact that it had on our actress. And also we have a couple close shots of her just to show the emotion that she's feeling and give it off to the audience. And in this shot here, we have spotlighting on her. We've done this in post-editing, and we've done this to show that she's more isolated in this room and how the room is cold and dark, and she's the only one in this room.
Hello?
So you believe me now?
And in this last sequence here, we have someone that's not known to the audience and hasn't been introduced in the story, and he has a short ominous line of "So you believe me now." And we've done this with the hope of intriguing the audience, and we thought it'd be a good idea. And we've also used loud music and a time lapse here, going from light to dark, showing how the story here started light and now it's in a dark place. And we've done this to round off what we thought would be a good ending to a opening. And yeah. And this is the title that we've chosen, Hidden. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.